Hi, I'm Daryl from growthactionplan.net, and in the next couple of minutes I'm going to show you how to plan, take the right action and amplify your business for growth.
Welcome to Growth Action Plan. Amplify your business.
Welcome to growthactionplan.net, where you get all the training and support you need to quickly amplify your business without the info overload or the high price service fees. Your past business growth activity will predict your future actions. You know, there's a definition of insanity, and it says doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is insane. There's a better definition. It actually comes from the Urban Dictionary, and this is what it says. It says doing the exact effing thing over and over again and expecting to change is crazy. And yes, that is crazy, but now it's time to get a grip and take control of your business. Decide to do things differently right now. It's the only way you're going to make the next year of yours a good, profitable, successful year. So, how to plan, take the right action, and amplify your business for growth. We reverse engineer what is working and implement only the successful parts that you've already had success with within your business. That's how we do it. We look at what has worked and what you can do in future that's going to keep working, and add those little extras that can make extra profit, extra money, extra sales as time goes on. So here's how the plan, action, growth strategy works. First of all, your plan. So the first thing we've got to do is to take your whole business and find what we need to do to grow the business. There's a variety of things we've got to do. We've got to look at, number one, absolute clarity. What does your business do? So here we look at the lean canvas model. It's basically a layout of your business that you can have right in front of you, and every decision you make comes back to that model and says, you say, if I'm going to grow or if I'm going to promote in this way, does it fit the business model? If yes, do it. If no, think very hard before you decide to do it. So that's the first thing, is absolute clarity about your business. The second thing is your avatar, your client avatar. Who are they? Who are you targeting? Who are you aiming to sell to? One of the most important things, get that right. You start saving money on any promotion you do, because you only speak to people who are going to want to buy from you. The next thing is your winning message. We've got to make sure what you're telling your clients is actually resonating with them, and they've got to sit there and go, hey, you are the obvious choice for me because of what you do and what you offer. I want to work with you. That's what your winning message has to say to people, and that's how it's got to come across. The next thing is your roadmap to success. Now, many people get this confused thinking it's how your business is going to succeed, but no, it's actually the roadmap to success that you're going to take your client on so that they become a successful client of yours. So where you start with your client and all the steps in between, and where you end. Some businesses have 3, 4, 5 steps, others have 20, 30 steps. Doesn't matter, as long as that process is calculated and worked out so that every time something happens with a client, you know where they are in the process, they know where they are in the process, you know when to close the deal. The next thing then is match and migrate. So here we talk about the content that you supply to your prospects. If your content is valuable, it'll make sense to the prospect at that specific time. So, as they're growing and trusting you, starting to know, like, and trust you, trust your business, as they grow, you give them the next bit of information that'll make them go, I get it, that's why I need to buy from you. The whole time we've got to let them turn these light bulbs on in their heads so that they say, you are the obvious choice for me. The next thing is we've got to look at is your total online presence. Now, from social media to your website and all the in-between bits as well that not many people speak about, we've got to make sure you are present everywhere. Now, some businesses do not make sales on social media. That's a fact. Some businesses do. But if you're not visible everywhere, you are not found. So, SEO. How are we going to grow your website? And the more content you add, the more visible you become on SEO. Next thing is your social media plan. How are we going to boost your presence on social media so that people find you, people can refer and talk about you on social media. And we've got to make sure that that all comes into place so that your whole planning section works out well, so that when you start implementing the actions to that plan, they start becoming fruitful. So the second step now is your actions. First thing we've got to look at is the landing pages. What action happens when somebody lands on your website? Now, a lot of people get this wrong, and it's quite sad because they then believe that the promotional activities don't work. So think about this. You advertise on Google or in the newspaper or wherever it might be, and you drive people back to your website. Now, if they come to the landing page and it says, hey, this is who we are, it doesn't really say what's in it for them. But if we drive them to a page specifically designed around that advert, it resonates with them, they do something. What is it you want them to do? You want them to fill out the form and download something. That's what we call the lead magnet. So the landing pages and lead magnets work very closely together so that you can collect information and continually market to that prospect until they become a client. So the next thing is lead magnets. Here's where we put together a collection of information that we can attract people to. Now these lead magnets have to be highly valuable. They can be videos, they can be PDF downloads, they can be checklists, they can be cheat sheets. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as your client or your prospective client sees huge value in the lead magnet so that they want to exchange their personal details, their name, phone number and email address with you, so that you can continually market to them, continually educate them until they are ready to start making a purchase. After the lead magnet, we look at authority amplifiers. So we spoke about match, migrate, and here's where we take the different bits of content and amplify your authority so that they sit there and believe that you are the right solution for their situation, for what they need. So you're the solution to whatever their problem is, and the authority amplifiers solidify that so that you become the right solution to their problem. You solve their problems. That's what you got to do. If you do that well and you amplify your authority correctly, you become that obvious choice. After that, we have the customer nurturing. This is where we've got to say, okay, we've got a prospect in, he hasn't yet bought. What do we need to do step by step, time after time, to make sure that they're still engaged with the business, with your business? So you engage your customer the whole way through, so when they are ready to buy, you are front of mind. So we nurture them, and this is what we call marketing automation. So we put that together, and eventually we come to what we call conversion events. This here is where we see, okay, a customer's done this, they've responded to this, and we can track all of this online. They've responded to this, and now what do we do next? We've got to send them a conversion event. This is where either it's to set up a meeting, accept a phone call, maybe accept a quote from you, and then potentially and down the line make a purchase. That's what we want to do. That's where we want to take them. The next thing is the relationships that we've got to build. Now, relationships are not just based on a sale. Hey, thanks for your money, here's your product. Or thanks for your money, here's your service. No, it actually comes down to the relationship you build so that you can get long-term value out of those clients. If we know that that client's going to buy from you over and over again, there's more chance or more reason that you should spend time building a long, sustainable, fruitful, profitable relationship with those clients. And we do this through automation and through a variety of sales and interpersonal activity that you and your sales team or your marketing team need to carry out. So now the third part is to amplify your business. Once we've proven all these bits of work that we've put together in the plan and action phase, we now drive traffic. We advertise, we promote, we get people to your website, we get people to meet you at networking meetings, wherever it is. They shake your hand, they know what you're about, they download your lead magnets online, they see your authority amplifiers, they get involved and engage with the business. But now it's about getting out there so that you can start growing that business. So we amplify what you do to grow the business even further. So one of those things is SEO, online, local SEO, and offline SEO. Well, yeah, all very important and often overlooked because it seems like the science that nobody actually really knows what's happening. But in truth, there's about 270 items that you need to make sure are in place on your website so that Google likes it and shows your website, pushes you up in the ranking. That's what's vital. That's what we're going to get to. The other thing, the other truth of it is SEO done well, and if you can do it in-house, is actually free. Now, there's the local side of SEO where we make sure that you are shown your residence, your property, where your business is, your location, the suburbs that you work in, where you deal, the clients that you deal with, and how far spread you go. That's all free to get done, and it's sometimes, and it's often a once-off activity to make sure that it works. Offline SEO is a different thing. Now, what is offline SEO? It doesn't always make sense, but if you think about it this way, you are the biggest advert for your business, for your website. So wherever you go, make sure your business cards are promoting your website, promote your lead magnets on your website that people can download. That's where the value is. Online advertising is another one. So we've got to look at where your clients are hanging out. Are they on Facebook? Are they on Pinterest, LinkedIn, wherever they may be, even on Google? And how do we advertise? And should we advertise? Should you be advertising in those platforms so that your prospective clients can actually see you and start engaging from there on? If your message, remember, if your message resonates well with them and you promote where they are, there's more chance that they will find you, even though you've kind of reached out to them, but they will find you and engage with your business. The next thing we're going to look at is offline advertising. Now, there's pros and cons to it. It's not very measurable as far as online is concerned. You can measure everything, but offline is not that measurable. But if that's where your prospects are seeing you, for example, in magazines, if they read magazines, and that's where your target market is, and you place your adverts there, you'll have success with that because it'll resonate and respond. They'll respond to the message that you put across there. So offline advertising is something that's got to be explored and looked at. Whether you use it or not is a different story, but it needs to be considered. The next thing we got to look at there is the client lifetime value. Now, often people want to make that sale up front, boom, and make the sale and done. But often, there's more value in reducing the value of that first sale to increase the value of the long-term relationship with the clients. So that's one thing you got to look at as well and see, hey, hang on, this is something we've got to consider, because if we can keep a client for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, how much are they actually worth? Then you decide what effort you put in to make sure you get those relationships, you start that relationship, build it, and keep that client for as long as you can. Another thing we've got to look at is systemized referrals. Now, referrals are free, yes, and it all sounds good, but the truth is, if it's not stimulated, it's not going to grow. So in making sure your referral network and your referral business is constantly working, you've got to stimulate it. Now, how? Depends on your product, depends on your service, depends on what you are doing and who your clients are. Some clients are happy to refer, others are not. So we've got to find a happy medium between how to motivate them to refer and remain happy at the same time, so it doesn't look like you're constantly begging for business from them. But get those referrals. They are absolutely vital to your business and your future growth. One of the biggest things we've got to focus on is reviews and testimonials. This comes down to what is known as social proof. You see, if I tell you it's good and I'm not part of your business, but I've had a good experience, and I tell you, hey, buy from them because it's really good, it holds far more weight than you sitting there going, hey, we are good. So whatever you do and however you're able to do it, capture testimonials. And often you've got to write them for your clients, but capture those testimonials and post them on your website, post them in your marketing material so that people can sit there and go, wow, that's actually, I never thought of it that way, and I didn't know that it could help me in that way. And it becomes valuable to them as well. Make sure your referrals and testimonials are a working system within your business. The biggest thing in all of this is your team involvement. If you do not have your team on board, then a lot of your marketing efforts go to waste. Now, sometimes it's very difficult because sales guys like to do what they do and marketing guys like to do what they do. But if they're not intertwined and working well together, then you're kind of missing the boat. So make sure they work well together. We often go and say, rewrite your employment contracts to make sure that part of the involvement in marketing and promotion is on their contract, so that it becomes part of their day-to-day activity that they've actually got to fulfill for your business. Then, once all this is done, we've got to schedule and delegate so that you know what you're doing month by month. In month 1, you're doing this. In month 2, you're doing this. Month 3, you're doing this activity to make sure that there is growth, as well as making sure that the right people are doing those things to complement that growth of that business and of those activities and of those marketing, those outreach, promotional marketing activities that you do. If you're not delegating it, it doesn't get done properly, and if it's not scheduled, nobody knows what they're doing when. So make sure your marketing calendar is correctly laid out, and we'll show you how to do this as well. So what's next? Well, it's up to you, and we are here to help you, and that's the whole point of this. You need to decide what is important for your business and how will an easy to understand growth action plan benefit your business. What kind of year do you want to have this year? And believe me, I know after last year it was a tricky year. This year, the next 12 months, we want to make sure that this is a good, profitable time for you and for your business. So I think these answers are really obvious, and we understand that this past year has been difficult, and we are here to help with a highly affordable system that has been designed to give you all the training and support that you need to quickly amplify your business without the info overload or the high price service fees. This is a membership course. Pre-register now and we'll lock in the monthly fee of $3.99 for life, even if you decide to only join later on, even way after we open up the membership. So sign up now for this and we will make sure that this price is locked in for life. So click the button below, the form will pop up, complete the form, fill it in, and your price will be secured for life no matter when you decide to become a paid member. The team at growthactionplan.net are looking forward to helping you have a successful and profitable year ahead, and we are privileged to have you on board. Pre-register now, secure your fee, even if you decide not to become a full member. We will still share all of our secrets with you, all of our business growth secrets that we've experienced and implemented over the past 10 years. So click the button, complete the form, and when we go live, we will see you inside the free member site and you will secure your monthly fee for when you decide to become a full member.
All the training and support you need to quickly amplify your business without the info overload or the high price service fees.